Yeah. Quick hiatus, but we back in this bitch. It's the undefeated, mighty, undefeated, undisputed Quattros champions of this pro wrestling media thing. It's the Ringside Club. And as per usual, we starting this off with a survey. Survey time this week. Unfortunately, we saw my man Logan Paul go down with an injury, MCL, ACL, meniscus. His knee is fucked up. But we also saw Jake Paul, the older brother. The dude's been over here knocking out people like Anderson Silva in the boxing world. We see that he's doing his thing. He came over. He was over there in Saudi Arabia too. So here's the question. Looks like he wants to jump in the ring as far as WWE is concerned. Survey question is, will we see Jake Paul in an official WWE match before we see Logan Paul return from his injury? I'm going to say yeah.
Yeah, I'll say yeah. I don't see why not.
Give me a hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Let's get this show started.
Peace to the gods, the Ringside Club Pod. My name is A.O. Say you heard around the Don. Blame Boogie while you at it, blame Chad Law. K-Fabe is dead, break the fourth wall. Whatever style, whether it's lucha or strong style. Come through the beam, you fly, burn the ball down. Back to the pad, chop it up for the par. Ringside Club, intro to the squad as the show starts. Good God Almighty, he's got a family, damn it.
Peace to the gods. Peace to the earths. Broadcasting live from the Empire Tri-State. This is the Ringside Club. You're tuned into Around the Rings. It's a pro wrestling roundtable show. Best four-man booth in this game. Happen to be your host this evening. Could have been anywhere in the world, but you're chilling with us. Greatly appreciate it. Everything you need to know, of course, is at theringsideclub.com, including some fire shirts like this. We got the hoodies, we got the shirts. You feel me? Any color you could possibly try to match. Definitely got that in stock. Check that out, theringsideclub.com. Everything is there, but if you don't know, you can follow us across all social media, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Obviously on YouTube, you need to subscribe. The podcast is on Apple Podcasts. It's on Spotify. It's on, iHeart. It's on Amazon. If you're listening to something else that I didn't just name, I guarantee you can find us right over there as well. Distribution is major. But yeah, man, it's the Ringside Club. It's episode number 13. Technology turned heel once more, but of course we caught him with the fucking elbow flying off the top rope. We back in this bitch. I go by the name of A.O. Baker. You can find me everywhere across all social media at DJ A.O. Baker. You heard me. Let's pass it to the guy, Ron the Don. What's good, kid?
Hey, who are you? Let me introduce you to the other Don. Don.
Yes, sir. I am Ron the Don, your Cape Crusader, and you can find me at Ron Don PMF on all streaming platforms. You see the hats in the back, you see the coffee in the back, and you know we got them ROC merch going. You dig? Cop, when you gonna cop, man? Let me kick it to the guy to my left. What's good?
What up, yo? As always, your favorite scapegoat, Blame Boogie. You know what I mean? Instagram, Blame Boogie. Maybe I'll give you my Twitter. Blame's worthy. I'm feeling different. This week, I'll give my Twitter out to the public, I guess. I'm going to kick it over to my boy, Chad Law.
Who still happens to be the champ.
Oh. Temporarily.
For now. It's good,
Temporarily.
The champ is
The
here.
Diver Brothers back, fellas. Pardon my gold dust embrace. I had to just soak in the fact that I am the champ. For those that don't know, the champ is the Ringside Club Predictions heavyweight champion, which I currently am on a heavy streak. You can count through the pay-per-views that I've reclaimed my title, and recently the ATR Television Championship has been introduced to the fold, which I currently am the champion of. And it was something I was like, yo, while I'm in London, I couldn't wait to defend this belt for Crown Jewel. And tonight, me and Blaine Boogie, it's a duel, my friend. I hope you're ready.
I mean, I don't know if that's a segue. If you want to get this out of the way now, you
Let's
tell
get
me.
it going. Let's spice it up. Let's bring it in.
All right, let me get a little. Should I drum roll this?
Let's do it. Let me share my
We're kicking
screen.
off the
Hold on.
Ringside Club first ever title defense.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the new champ, or the retaining champ, is I'll take it. I'll take it.
Yo,
And
Champ
new.
is here. Listen, ladies and
Champion.
this is rigged. This
I'd
is
be
rigged.
lying if I told you I had a speech prepared.
This
I
is
definitely
rigged.
don't, but I
This
just
is
want to say
rigged.
really quickly that in honor of Asan, Wu-Tang is for the children. And that's all I got. That's all I got.
All right.
I just want to say congratulations.
Hey.
I want to congratulate our former champion for such a historic reign. Unfortunately, has come to an end, and new RSC predictions champion. You got to blame that guy.
This
Blame
is
that
like-
guy. We gotta change your drop now. It's a new day.
This is like when Goldberg beat Triple H, and everyone was like, Goldberg.
Listen, for all my fans out there, I'm gonna get the custom belt extenders for all the big guys out there, so we can get the bigger belt. You know what I mean? We gotta add some links to that. We gotta add some links to that bracelet. You feel me?
The champ is
Feels good.
here.
The champ is here.
You know, I'm just gonna.
I'll
I'm
take
gonna
my
sit back
one
like
title in pride.
I'm gonna sit back like Tom Brady and just enjoy these rings. I'm not gonna talk about it too much. We'll get back to the next championship soon, but I'm pretty sure AO has a much more pressing topic at hand, so I'm gonna pass this wonderful celebration off to you, my friend.
I'll see you at Full Gear.
Now we got Survivor Series before Full Gear, or the other way around. Which is first?
Full gear is like next week or the week after.
Survivor Series.
When is that,
Blaine
man.
Boogie, Dag Nabbit, I will see you
brother?
New champ.
on November 19th. Newark,
Yo,
New
matter of
Jersey.
fact, AO, do
Full
me a
gear.
favor, bro.
Oh
Could you
damn, I'm
edit?
working that night.
Could you possibly edit that champ is here out of Chad's intro and just drop it into mine just temporarily? We could put it back. I mean, we could put it back, but for now, you know, just throw
Short
it in
rain.
mine, you know?
Shortest rain coming, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get the
Feels
Ringside
good.
Club popping.
Feels good.
Yikes. All right, so Full Gear it is, and then we'll see when that ATR TV title is going to be defended as well.
Impact
Yeah, man.
Overdrive.
Yo, shouts to the generic pay-per-view name generator over there, Impact. Pull that shit out the drawer.
Oh,
That's
my
what's
God.
up. So I had a nice weekend. My topic ain't even really a topic. I just wanted to show some love. For a while, you saw that we were promoting two events. One being Welcome to the Bronx by We Are Wrestling, and the other being Those Wrestling Girls celebrating 4 years as a podcast, 4 years as a brand. So this past weekend, both of those events took place. So I just want to just shout out, for starters, Friday in the Bronx, in Parkchester, actually, which is like a 15-minute drive right over the bridge for me. So that was love. Just to hop back in the car, I'm back home in no time in the bed. That was love. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think since the pandemic, I don't think I've been to a wrestling show outside of my bachelor weekend going to Ring of Honor down in Maryland, in Baltimore, the Baltimore area. So it's been quite a while since I've been to a wrestling show, let alone an indie wrestling show. And I forgot how much fun that shit was. We was in maybe about 150 people inside of a school gym. Everybody that was there to have a good time. And we all had a good time. I want to say it might have been somewhere around like 9 matches. There was a little, a little halftime to go get your recessions and all that. But yeah, it was fire. Ran into some people that I bumped into the next night over at Those Wrestling Girls. But for starters, just shouts to Peter Rosado, who's the guy that put that thing together. He's the promoter I guess the owner of the brand for We Are Wrestling. Plus, he was working on commentary as well.
Yeah,
so that was fire.
They're heavy on the promotions. They
Yeah.
definitely make sure they put people in the seats and put people in the building. So big kudos to them.
Yeah, they did an amazing job. We sponsored so Welcome to the Bronx was the name of the event, but they had the Bronx Rumble. So we sponsored that match. We sponsored Speedball Mike Bailey, who was in the main event. And then we also sponsored Darius Carter. And everybody showed out. Shouts to Brian H. Waters, who was a producer, I think, on Wrestling Realm. The Ringer, he does a couple of shows on the Ringer Network. But I met him, talked to him for a little bit. Met him the following night as well. Talked to him at those Wrestling Girls. Queen PR, she was in the building. I saw Black Wrestling was in the building. It was just a lot of love. A lot of fellow podcasters there, a lot of wrestling fans. So definitely in the building whenever they do another event. Definitely, I'll sponsor another one tomorrow. I don't give a shit.
And do you know what homie's name was? The announcer that dropped our name so we could
I can't get it. I don't know off top. Yeah, I'm gonna get it off top, but I'm gonna reach out to Pete to give him a little bit of shout. But yeah, definitely clipping that, and that's gonna be
that should be in this episode. We should put that in there.
Word.
Absolutely,
drop that
absolutely. In. And then on Saturday night, those Wrestling Girls, another really really dope event. I didn't get a chance to stay as long as I wanted to, but it was fire. I got there like probably 15 minutes towards the end of the panel that they had, so they were just talking pretty much about women in wrestling, doing a lot of behind the scenes work. Battle Club Pro was in the building. Janelle from HR, who's also one of 3 co-hosts on the Jabba Tears podcast. So Jabba Tears is in the building. But she's also a partner in Battle Club Pro. So she was on a panel amongst others. Okay. She was just talking about little ins and outs, and they have a big show coming up in January. So we definitely gotta be in the building for that shit.
Yeah.
And yeah, man. So again, shouts to Brian H. Waters, chopped it up with him a little bit that night. And just shouts to everybody that was in the building, all of the fellow sponsors. Wrestling Realm was a sponsor. I think if I'm forgetting, like, please, it's been a long ass week. So blame it on the mind, not the heart. But in general, fire event both nights. I definitely encourage everybody to just be supportive of the community and how everybody is building and supporting and helping each other to promote. There's no real need to compete when we're all coming up and helping each other come up. You know what I'm saying? We ain't competing against them. We competing against our last show. You know what I'm saying? So we're proud to sponsor. I see those Wrestling Girls had a real dope turnout. They're already talking about what their next event could possibly be. So, stay tuned and tap into them. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's my topic, is just running down the fact that, once again, we was promoting both of those events, and both of those events were dope. So shouts to the We Are Wrestling, shouts to those Wrestling Girls. Yeah, heard me.
Work. Dope.
The presentation was dope. It looked like everybody was having a good time. It was cool to see our logo on the step and repeat. I wish we were able to all go there, but
that was a surprise. I didn't know. And then, like I said, yeah, go downstairs, take some pictures in front of step and repeat. I went down there, I'm like, oh shit, there you go.
Word.
Shout out to the good sponsors, man.
Yeah, man, I appreciate anybody that puts their hard-earned money into what they do,
Absolutely.
Ronnie, what you got for us, my friend?
All right, so I know this is something we're going to talk about over and over again, because my subject this week is wrestlers who are 40 doing 100 right now. And I just want to shine some light on some people, on some wrestlers right now who are still going hard right now. So, like, right now we got AJ Styles, who's rejuvenated right now with the club. The return of Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows returning as the club. Rey Mysterio, the return of R-Truth. Unfortunately, I think he got injured. I think that was some ligament damage too. That should look nasty. And he just came back. He was he was on Raw, he was on SmackDown, then he hopped over that top rope landing.
Having a really good run.
Yep, absolutely, man. On Samoa Joe, Chris Jericho, please, after this, mention some names that I'm missing right now. But just want to, salute to them. My favorite right now is AJ Styles because now he's back in a solid program right now because he was just floating around after he split from Almost. And I just want to shout out to Rey Mysterio too because he went to SmackDown and he's going super hard right now. The man is 47 years old. I know a few episodes ago I'm making all the jokes about him doing the stem cell and whatnot, but that stem cell is really helping him, man, because who's really going that hard at 47 right now? So
That's true.
just salute to all these guys because some of these other guys are not going as hard as they are right now. And I got salute to R-Truth because like Chad, like you said, like he came out blazing with with everything, you know what I'm saying? So my question to you is like to you guys, like if mention some guys that who I missed and who's your favorite right now over 40, like in a program right now.
Brian Danielson, he's 41. And
Okay.
in my book, as long as AJ Styles, for starters, is active, I still think he's the best in the world until he actually is not able to do the things that he does. You know what I'm saying? And again, this is where we get into like booking versus talent. Like he's not booked at the top right now. He's in a feud. He's been in tag teams as of the last couple of years with Omos and just different. But so maybe they're not booking to his strengths. But again, as far as I'm concerned, skill for skill, pound for pound, AJ Styles will forever be will be the best until he actually slows down or I see like that he's not able to do something that he's been known for doing. That being said, if he's one in my book, Brian Danielson is 1A. Different styles, obviously. They don't wrestle the same style. You know what I'm saying? AJ Styles' style reminds me of what Bret Hart would look like if he was a more athletic version of Bret Hart. And the reason I say that is because like everything looks snug as hell. Everything looks like it's supposed to hurt. And he doesn't hurt anybody. Like Bret will tell you until the cows come home that he's never actually injured anybody. And although AJ Styles has had a couple missteps here and there with the Styles Clash, he hasn't really been a guy he's, safe as hell to work with, according to pretty much a lot of people that work with him. You know what I'm saying? But Brian Danielson, he's one of those guys that he figured out the formula of how to wrestle like an indie style or a hybrid style on TV. You know what I'm saying? And still be able to play to the crowd and just pull out maneuvers and counters and all kind of scientific wrestling, but still get the crowd behind him. You know what I'm saying? When he starts, throwing those kicks in and the chops and the forearms and gets the yes chants going, even though he's not the yes guy anymore, he still knows how to work the crowd and knows exactly how to get them to do whatever he wants them to do. So my guy right now, over 40, he's only 41, but Brian Danielson, period. You know what I'm saying? I really, I hope that he stays wrestling for a long time to come, whether that be, in AEW, whether it be an ROH move. See, he has that 4-way coming up where he's challenging for the ROH title. But as long as he's able to do, stay healthy, and as long as he's able to do his thing, man, I think if AJ Styles is the best in the world, Brian Danielson is definitely the best in AEW for sure.
Facts.
Bang, bang.
Book, before I get to you, maybe just say this: you guys praise Daniel Bryan because like this dude retired from a neck injury. I thought it was a wrap for him, and this dude came back harder than he did before. So God salute Brian Danielson. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So Book, who you got, man?
Mine's Brock Lesnar. I don't think there's really anybody who's even who you could put against Brock Lesnar and believe that they beat him. That's why every time he loses, it's just like, oh, they must have something else going on because there's no way that person beat Brock Lesnar. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I just feel like any company you can pick, any program you could pick, any wrestler you could pick to put against him, there's nobody that looks at that fight and says Brock's going to lose this match. That's why when he loses, it I guess it has such an effect. And even when it happens, it's like Groundhog Day. It's like it doesn't. It's like we just did this over again. It doesn't hurt him. In a weird way, it almost helps him to lose. I don't know. It's strange because every time we get to see him again, you just shook the Etch-a-Sketch, and it's another situation where we see Brock Lesnar is going to possibly win again. You know what I mean? Or somebody's going to maybe take him out. But he's just entertaining every time. So I feel like you guys named great ones. I'm not going to lie. Daniel Bryan or Brian Danielson's my personal favorite wrestler right now. in the world besides Ray Phoenix, whatever the fuck.
Facts.
What's his face wants to pronounce it as, but
should be a
but yeah,
champ at all times.
should have been, but yeah, I'm gonna go with Brock Lesnar. What do you got, Chad?
You guys gave some great ones. I ain't even gonna hold you. I'm gonna have to spice it up. I'm gonna tell you who's not great at the age of over 40.
I love it. This is my boy right here.
His name's Phil CM Punk. Talk about the reverse effect. This guy's having a horrible run at being 40 and getting back in pro wrestling. He had a great run.
Did y'all see the same thing I saw? Like that buckshot lariat, like side by side with Logan Paul this whole weekend. That did not look good for CM Punk.
Yeah,
that was good. That was actually really good. I ain't even gonna hold you.
Yeah.
Like I think Punk's had a hell of a run, but I think it's over for him, fellas. He's just gonna pack it up and sit down for a while. I don't think a WWE run is in the possible books. I just think he's just gonna sit down. He's just embarrassed himself way too much. It's time we move on from CM Punk.
Yo, the way that Punk's career seemed like it was going, and then if you notice, when he got injured and he was home, and then he came back, that's when the problem started. You know what I'm saying? I remember at some point there was some kind of interview or a press conference that said he was home, and it was like maybe a week or so after he had his foot surgery that he was literally just on his couch. Said he got wild depressed, was, you know what I'm saying, just upset about whatever. He couldn't move around. And all of that negative shit, anybody that knows, you know yourself. When you just sit there, ain't nobody to talk to sometimes, it'd be some wild shit that runs through your brain.
Came back looking like Jim Carrey, man. Had the lumberjack look on.
So all of that negative, that old school Phil Brooks energy that he was trying, I guess, to suppress, it was downhill from there. I mean, hopefully at the very least he's still active on Heels, because that show was fire and he played a kind of dope role on that. But ain't no AEW, ain't no WWE.
Nah, I don't think it's happening. Now moving on from him, I'll say as far as my current 40-year-old wrestler, Sheamus. Easily he's putting in the best work of his career right now.
Facts.
Crazy.
Banger after banger after banger after banger.
And he's newly married too. Congratulations on that.
Congrats to that man.
So he's got a build coming up of his return when he comes back from this break. They're gonna go crazy when he comes back. I mean, hey, it works with Sheamus right now. You know what I'm saying? When he comes back, it's gonna be amazing. He's gonna have a hell of a run. You know what I'm saying? I think he's going to be in for a good 2023 right now. I don't know what title will be in the hold for him. It's very tight, but Sheamus got a really good opportunity, I think, to be.
And I'm not going to lie. Speaking of that wedding and the photos that came from it, seeing Sheamus, I'm just going to use their WWE names, but Sheamus, Cesaro, Rusev, and nice. Drew all together.
Clean.
Imagine that faction if they were all wrestling in WWE right now. How dope that would be. That shit would be crazy.
I'd be thinking like, yo, what are their I want to be a fly on the wall for like conversations when like the different companies like have like family out of the company interactions. Like, yo, what they say? Like, come on. Yo, y'all want to come?
Yo, you know what it's like? Remember those Bad Boy versus Rockefeller softball games? You see them pictures from? It'd be shit like that.
That's funny. That's a classic.
I mean, there's people that date between companies. They're in the same gyms lifting and shit. So you know,
they're all in Tampa. They're all in Florida. They're all literally right there. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it's like it is dope. But since I said the current, I said the not. I'm gonna go with the overall, the one who hasn't been mentioned, the one who is any month gonna return to the scene and deliver the most vicious 3 letters in all WWE. Randy Orton. That's the guy right
RKO
there.
Out of nowhere.
Yep, love to see him back.
That's the guy right
I've never heard anybody say they don't love Randy Orton. So.
This guy's 40-something, putting in that work, man. This guy's still killing. He's being on injury leave. Him being on injury leave, I think, is going to do his next couple years some good because he could use that break. This year break that he's taking off, he's going to come back like a launching pad and just whoop
for sure.
All 2023.
Fresh too. He's going to come back fresh.
So that's it for me.
Fuck it, man. All right. Well, I'll tell
Champ,
you.
it's on you.
The champ. Oh my God,
I
love it.
There's two
I love
champs.
it.
There's two champs here, y'all.
All right, hold on.
Nah, we talking about the
These-
big belt.
Let's just focus on the real champ real quick. There we
belt
go.
bug.
My bad. Chad, it's okay. God bless you. We'll keep you in our prayers, safety and all that.
I'm defending this ATR
But-
championship. This belt is getting defended this week. I'm putting it on the line.
So, my topic this week is pretty simple. I feel like we all, as wrestling fans, have our feelings one way or the other. Some of us like to watch a movie and have somebody ruin it for us. I'm one of those people, depending on the movie or the situation. My wife can't stand it. I'll be like, yo, what's going on? And she's like, fucking watch the movie. What the fuck are you, why are you asking me this? Just watch. So my topic this week is all about dirt sheets. I feel like in 2022, 23, where the fuck we at? 2028, we're out of here. Who knows? It's like a thing that's accepted. I feel like it's not just a thing that's okay, it's a thing that's thriving, and it's because social media is at its height right now. It's getting bigger. Social media doesn't really slow down, it just keeps moving. And I feel like the more we're obsessed with celebrities' lives, people's lives, athletes' lives, we're obsessed with wrestlers and what they're doing, and I really don't give a shit about their personal lives. I don't ever want to hear dirt sheet shit about that. I really don't want spoilers personally about pay-per-views, debuts, people coming back, people switching companies. I don't want to know nothing. I just want to see it unfold on TV. But I think us as wrestling fans, I'm just going to give my take and I'm going to pass it around, just overall how everybody feels. But I think overall as wrestling fans, we've been so disappointed in the products across companies over the past couple of years that we've almost just gotten ourselves more excited on rumor because the actual thing's been kind of boring. So I think that was where it all kind of started. And it just got to where it is right now. But you got fucking people saying that they're selling secrets over to or giving stories to certain dirt sheet reporters and yada 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 and all this stuff going on. So my question for you fellas is, dirt sheets, good thing, bad thing? What do you think about it? Pass it over to AO first.
I think I ration it out, right? So I don't think it's necessarily good or bad. Like, I'll start with this. Like, you mentioned not really caring about these. Like, we watch this TV show, so we don't know any of these people. They don't go by. We watch characters, so we see like the characters that are portrayed, and we happen to know some of these guys and girls' real names and see that they're in the news here and there. I don't give a shit either. And I'll parallel this with what was going on over the weekend when Drake and 21 Savage dropped their project. And it was a line in there about Megan Thee Stallion, whether she was or wasn't shot or something like that. And then there was a bunch of people that were up in arms and defending her, and then there were people that were defending Drake and that kind of shit, a little back and forth. My thing is, you don't know Drake. You don't know Megan Thee Stallion. You can't call either one of them. So fucking, it's a TV show. This is all entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a Knicks fan. If the Knicks win a championship, I'm not going to say we won. I don't say we need a trade. I can't call James Dolan. Motherfucker damn sure ain't call me. Right? So it's a TV show. It's entertainment. Back to wrestling, I take it in portions, and I pause, and I take it, like, I ration my exposure to what's going on those dirt sheets out. that got crazy. I ration it out. Like, when the CM Punk thing and the Elite and all that, right after the scrum, I absolutely was tapped in to Fightful. Had my Fightful subscription up and was getting all the news and why this person was reporting this, that, and the third. It was cool. Sometimes even like going all the way back to the forum days when people were tape trading and all that, ECW, and this person is jumping into that and the rumors. Sometimes, like you mentioned, Boog, it is more entertaining than the actual product. It makes it fun. Like, there would be less of a demand for podcasts like ours and so many others if there wasn't such an interest in just hearing people talk and predict and fantasy book. You know what I'm saying? So it gets interesting. But at a certain point, like, there's times where I'll just completely tap out of Twitter, for instance, while I'm watching a show, because this shit is not fun watching a bunch of people that can't, like, coherently communicate a fucking sentence, that are just rambling and babbling shit. You know what I mean? Like, so I tap out, back and forth. But I don't think it's a bad thing. Like, just to wrap up before I start rambling a little too much, like, I don't think it's a bad thing. I just think, like, you have to kind of limit your exposure to it. I guess to your tastes. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll check in. I enjoy some of the rumors, but at the end of the day, I don't get too wrapped up in it. The most important thing is the story that I'm watching on this television show actually good enough to keep me hooked? And if it's not, all the backstage shit in the world doesn't really matter.
And I feel like, I'm just gonna jump in real quick. Sorry, Ron, but I just feel
All
like
good.
no, I feel like that's what kind of breeds this version of Bray Wyatt to be such a fucking masterpiece like it is right now, because he's tapping into not just regular fans, but that smart fan that wants to go the extra mile and look for this shit, not just sit there and watch wrestling when it's on TV. He's looking at these people who are like, all right, what's going on after we're off the air? What are these people doing? They're going to these fucking feeds and they're just checking to see what's going on. Let me fucking give them something to do, because now if I give them something to do, they're on a wild goose chase looking at me and following me, bringing more eyes to the product, bringing more eyes to the company. So I feel like that, because it's been done now, just like fucking the blueprint is the blueprint. Jay-Z, he made the blueprint too. I love both of them. I have both right here, right now. But, I just feel like once you have the blueprint, after it's done, it's like you're going to get used to it after a while. So I think Bray Wyatt had some fun with this shit, but I'm out of there. I just feel like it's cool. That's one part of it that makes it like a positive. Having people that are interested in that type of shit beyond what's on the 2 hours, 3 hours of television programming.
I don't like it at all.
Word.
My thing is like, listen, we here and we announcers, we doing what we doing, but at the same time we're also fans as well, and I want to see that mystery, you know what I'm saying, like that. Like I almost blocked somebody on our account because of that,
For
because
real?
Oh, who? Block
Make
him.
it
I'm
hot.
Fuck him.
I,
Make it hot.
That's it. Fuck them.
you
Yeah,
want
I'm
me to make
mad
it
right
hot?
now.
Make it
I
hot.
think
Nah,
Make
it
it
don't
hot,
matter.
yo.
Go ahead, bro.
Flame
I can make it hot.
Flame
You
him.
know it
Flame.
off top. Who is it?
You want me to say it?
Well, what happened first?
Well, it was the I think Ronda had the open challenge, and somebody already said who was returning for the open challenge, and it was Emma, and they posted it right before the show started, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, man, because
That's whack.
because at the end of the
That's
day, I'm a
corny.
fan. Yeah, at the end of the day, I'm a fan. And they posted it like it was like a fucking news story. I'm like, yo, fam, you got to
Bro,
give
it's the
this
same thing. If you told me who was gonna win the NBA finals before I watched it, why the fuck would I watch it? It's
right.
just
I don't
fucking
want to.
stupid.
Exactly. I don't want to watch it anymore. It's like it's not exciting. Now you just ruined the excitement for me because you haven't seen Emma in 5 years. So like I want to be
I don't even know
surprised.
who she is. That's crazy, right? I have no idea who that is.
Um 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 what was her name in Impact? Shit.
Tennille
Uh
Dashwood, Ty
yeah,
Valkyrie.
Tanil, yeah, Tanil,
Dashwood.
That's
yeah,
Emma, which
yeah,
I think
that's
is a
Emma.
terrible name, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah. Listen, I looked at, I've been looking at Tales from the Territories. Dope ass
Mm,
show if
I can't wait to
audience
tap
if
in. Yeah.
yo, facts. Definitely tap in when you can,
Definitely
and
see CM Punk there in about 3 years.
Ugh.
possibly. Listen. From all I think there's been 4 or 5 episodes already, and the main thing is they kept kayfabe like it was like sacred. Like if you stepped out of that box, you're gonna get your ass beat, and it's definitely not like that at all. Now we know when people are getting married, so we know like okay, this injury is fabricated or whatever.
Fake
Listen,
or
I really don't need to know that. And you also got to think about the kids too. You know what I'm saying? Like I mean it's scripted, but at the same time it's like looking at a movie. Like we just want to know this shit is it's just entertaining. You know what I'm saying? We don't need to know every single detail. Listen, back in the days it's like, yo, everything that we saw in like the Attitude Era or New Japan or whatever, we thought it was real.
word.
Like we thought, yo, like when what was it? Brian Pillman went to no, it was Stone Cold went to Brian Pillman's house or something like that,
Hmm.
and
That
the
was real
two of
as
the
fuck.
that was real as fuck. And I'm like, yo, I thought, I know a lot of people thought that was super real, and I want them to keep it like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, give it that type of like that type of entertainment. So
I feel like
honestly, right now,
if we could keep it to like a Discord, like where we talk and we
Yeah.
discuss things,
yeah,
versus someone being the person shining the light, like, yo, you heard this, you saw that story, this is what's going on over here, this is what's
Yeah,
going
I
on over there.
agree.
Look at this light, like
yeah,
That's the
that's
difference because
corny.
like like on Twitter is a public forum. Like I check Twitter for the news before I check the news. You know what I'm saying? So everybody's on that shit talking about what's going on. So for somebody to post a spoiler in a feed, that's corny. But where I'll push back a little bit is like you have movies, you have TV shows, you have other forms of entertainment, and they have their forums and whatnot. We know that these are characters. It's really up to the storytellers and the writers and the performers to make the story be good enough for me to forget that this is a performance and just dig into the
Compelling.
story.
Yep.
And then if you can still have your, the dirt sheet, so to speak, to the side, and if you seek it out and you want to like there's times I dead ass will read the spoilers for Raw before, like they post them shits every week, like every Monday, and I'll read the rundown before Raw goes on from time to time just to see if I want to tune in or not. You know what I'm saying?
I
And
don't
then
even go
then
that far.
no, I
yeah,
I
read
don't
it,
know that. Yeah.
and then
yeah.
no, but it like I'll tune in because it's like if there's something that I read that's a spoiler that seems dope, I'm going to watch it anyway,
Scott
right?
Abrams
But
is
if
just all tainted from the Vince era. He's like, yo, I can't sit for
Yeah,
3
that's
hours.
different, man.
I can't I
He
can't
just
sit I
pissed
can't
Ronnie
sit
off.
through.
Ron's pissed.
But
Well,
that's it just really goes to my point of like, is that shit a good story or not? Because if I could read
Nah, I
ahead
hear
of
you.
time, and you know what I'm saying, I
right.
don't yeah. But the difference is I sort it out. For somebody to post some shit like that on Twitter and you just on Twitter, doing your thing, and then you come across it, that's fucking corny.
Yeah,
Nah,
because
word.
I just came across it and I'm like, yeah, I really didn't want to know that because like I really want to be genuinely surprised. Listen, at the end of the day, I'm a wrestling fan. You know what I'm saying? I want everything to be kept kayfabe. I want to be entertained. You know what I'm saying? Listen. Salute to whoever's getting married, whatever. Like we really don't need to know that. Like,
Word.
shout out to endeavors. You know what I'm saying? Like, keep it. Like, I really want them to keep it kayfabe, and I don't like spoilers. Like, yo, I will, I will mute people just for that because I'm like,
Nah,
yo,
word.
don't spoil it for everybody. Like now you're making
My
it to the
biggest
story.
my biggest pet peeve, and I'll say this, is I don't care to see wrestlers online out of character, right? So if we're in the modern era and you're Elias on TV, be Elias on social media too, because that's still public facing, right? So and I don't even think it's a matter of keeping kayfabe alive. You can, I mean, I feel like that could be an extension of it, but I don't. But I feel like if they were to, like, I mean, Drake has fucking Finsta accounts, like he says it, like, so like if you really got to get your shit off, have a fake account and have your public account so you can be this person and continue being this character and draw people in. I truly don't want to see let's see, like Bailey, for instance. Bailey's always in character on Twitter all day every day, don't matter, she's just in character, kind of like MJF. But if for some reason Bailey just came online and out of nowhere she's just like cool with everybody she's talking shit with on camera, I'm not going to give a fuck. And there's a lot of wrestlers, I'm not going to name names, that really do that shit. It's super annoying. Like, so the dirt sheets don't even got to say it, because you're going online, you're seeing people kissing each other after on TV they were just fucking having a brawl to the death. So it's like, where do we draw the line? And it's fucking crazy. But Chad, what do you got, bro? I'm gonna stop talking about my own topic. I'm getting heated on this shit too, because it's like I could argue both sides and see where it's interesting, but also where it's over the line and it's too much.
I enjoy, especially after this Elite CM Punk drama debacle. I don't want to know about shit no more. I'm tired of everyone switching companies, signing here. Y'all got everybody. Like all the games are set. Like there's drama within the company. We'll find out when the time comes. But otherwise, I don't care about no big acquisition. Y'all have everybody y'all can need on each side. Everyone's locked up to long contracts. So it doesn't really matter who's going anywhere right now. Like there shouldn't be a guess who's returning to the WWE. Who is still available to even return that we care about right now? Like seriously, who's going to AEW? Yo, way too stacked over there. I don't need to know. I really don't. Keep it to yourselves. It's cool. So I'm on the side of like, dude, I personally don't feel like I need the dirt sheets. it's cool to scroll, but at the same time, I enjoy watching it and doing the law takes on the Ringside Club website and just watching live and giving my own perspective, because that's how we build our organic fan base. People checking our stuff and just being like, y'all can go to Ringside Club and get some great commentary that's not all the way where we're sitting next to this guy from this outlet and this guy from this website, and it's like, we're getting it's like we don't even leave it to them, man. They made a killing off that, good for them. But right now, I really, especially after, like I said, after All Out, I'm over the dirt.
I think what caused it. Yeah, I think what caused it to be where it is too is the fact
I want to enjoy
everyone, like everybody has to be right. So where a Discord is us having opinion, us all sharing our opinions, because everyone's opinion in the world we live in has to be righter than the next person's. The dirt sheets are, this is 100% fact. No one's gonna refute this. Like that. Like,
you
just
know why
share
the
your
Attitude
opinion.
Era
Like, fuck
was
it.
so good? To me, the Attitude Era and the whole 2000s, like that era, was so good because there wasn't really any of that shit going on at all. We didn't care.
Right.
And even if there wasn't the internet so prominent to make people go, yo, Mick Foley and Triple H got beef? Wait a minute. Funaki is knocking down whose wife? He's knocking down Molly Holly? Like, yo, wait, hold on a second. Like,
but like, I push back. It absolutely was there. It just wasn't on Main Street. You know what I'm saying?
And we loved it. We loved the product because we didn't know the dirt sheet. That's why it's such a golden era. But once the new era and the 2010s came along, it's just like, it just sucked the fun out of all of it.
It was there though. It was in the forums. All the same shit that's on Twitter right now was in the forums. But the only difference is you specifically had to go to this place where there's only this kind. Yeah. Right. Instead of it being where you're here on Twitter,
Instagram.
Yeah, Twitter, Instagram. Everybody is on the same 2, 3, 4, 5 apps, right? Mm-hmm. So when it's there, that's where that shit gets a little whack, because I'm here to just live tweet and talk about the show, and you've already fucked it up for me. And I didn't want to know what was going to happen. So if you knew it was going to happen, you should have took that shit to Discord and chop it up with them over there. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has to be everybody has to be first to break it. Like, I'm telling y'all now, I will never be in the game of, like, I got to break a story. I got to get the scoop first. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck about any of that shit. I'm here to talk about television show that I just watched with some people that I enjoy talking about the television shows that we just watched about. You know what I'm saying? Like, other than that, I'm not breaking any fucking news. That shit is corny. Like,
no,
not that it's even corny. It's just not my lane. If that's your lane, do your thing. Not for me.
I think that is like, bring it to like the forum or whatever. Don't bring it out publicly. Like, if you know spoiler whatever, like, take it over there. Listen, I'm not telling you to stop doing whatever you're doing, whatever, but personally, I don't like it. You know what I'm saying?
Here's the devil's advocate, and then I'll throw it though. If you watch a TV show or a movie, and you see two main characters, one's the quote unquote good guy, one's the quote unquote bad guy, and they do an interview on TV promoting the show or promoting the movie, you know that they're going at each other in the movie, but then you see them on Ellen, and they're sitting right next to each other. Does that ruin the movie for you? Because it's the same argument. They're not playing the character out in the world. It's the same argument.
I would say different form of art, different attachment, but I do understand. I completely understand and agree with the analogy.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
If you look at it through those glasses, I agree that it's acceptable. You know what I mean? But if you're comparing them apples to apples, yeah. But if we're keeping the childhood, the I love this shit and I'm gonna be a kid to the day I die, then I hate the fuck out of it. But yo, Chad, listen, I'm gonna throw this over to the runner-up real quick. Let's go ahead and this is the last topic of the.
You got till Saturday, November 19th, motherfucker.
Son, Chad is gonna try and defend his title on a random Raw. Or SmackDown.
Yo,
like, nah.
Shouts out to everybody, you know what I mean? I love y'all. I love my fans. I didn't even know I had fans till just now, yo. This shit is crazy.
This man's tight right now.
You have until Saturday, November 19th, motherfucker. Just so you know. Full gear.
Yo, this shit is crazy.
I'm getting my belt back. You're gonna have a very short-lived reign, my boy.
Yo, I'm gonna study tape. I gotta make sure I get these predictions right.
Yo, if y'all are listening to the audio, Chad just dropped
Yo.
off a camera and did 5 push-ups and sat back up on the screen. He's
Yo.
tight right
Oh
now.
my god.
Say, let's defend it on main event. Let's go.
I'm telling you, this week. Let me see what the rampage. Let me see what the dynamite cards.
Yo, he's pulling the schedule up. His nigga's tight.
I quit.
Let me see what the dynamite cards looking like.
Nah, you gonna get desperate and do 205 live.
Nah,
You got to bring that shit back.
I'm defending the ATR Around the Rings Championship this week. It's the TV title. It's gonna get defended this week. All right, you got
we on Rampage.
We got Dynamite. We got Bryan Danielson versus Sammy Guevara in a best 3 falls match. We got Max Cat. We got the whole Acclaim and FTR versus Swerve and Our Glory in the Ass Boys. We got Eddie Kingston versus Ethan Page. And we got Sky Blue versus Jamie Hayter. Come on. I'm defending the title.
Yo, you had that pulled up already? God damn.
And we got the Moxley promo. And Saraya and Britt Baker. So I think I'll defend the belt this week, fellas. How's that sound?
Oh no.
Damn, I would hate for you to wake up Thursday with nothing.
I wouldn't. I'm good.
Damn, homie.
Speaking of AEW,
was the man, homie.
Speaking
high
of
school,
AEW,
nigga, last week you was the man, homie.
Yeah.
Speaking of AEW, our next topic, Ring of Honor. Right now, Ring of Honor is currently being held by the held up by the JAS between the pure champion Danny Garcia, the champion Chris Jericho. You got FTR being the tag team champion, Samoa Joe television champion. They've got a really solid roster, fella. They got about 58 people in total on their roster right now. Some of the names that stand out for Ring of Honor, we got Bandito, we got Brian Cage, we got FTR, we got Chris Jericho, Claudio Castagnoli, Colt Cabana, Dalton Castle, Danny Garcia, Deonna Purrazzo, Dragon Lee, Briscoes, Jay Lethal, Jonathan Gresham, Josh Woods, Khan, Lee Moriarty, Matt Taven, Swerve, Sanjay Dutt, Silas Young, Samoa Joe, Roosh, Willow Nightingale. Like, you got a really solid group of people. What the hell are they going to do with it? What's Tony Khan going to do with this group of people? Regardless if the TV deal comes or not, this is a stacked roster. Will Ring of Honor stand a chance in 2023? That's my question for the group right now.
Yeah, they will stand a chance. Asterisk, it has to be a TV deal. Whether it be a streaming deal, they could have done the YouTube joint. The problem right now, and I think I understand what Tony's doing. I just think he's going about doing it the wrong way. What I think he's doing is using AEW's television to spotlight Ring of Honor titles and the history of Ring of Honor and get the name hot. But where it's going wrong is it's all over the place. The stories seem like on one week it's way more ROH heavy, and then you're ignoring what's going on. The amount of titles that are now on any one given episode of this show completely dilutes everything. Like you'll see 8 and 9 championships that are just between those two companies, let alone titles that are being held and brought in from outside companies. Like FTR is walking to the ring, for instance, with 6 titles.
Has FTR defended the IWGP tag titles or the AAA Tag Team Championship in recent time? Like,
I have no idea.
They just defended them this weekend.
Watching.
FTR just defended them this weekend.
They did?
The IWGP.
Right,
Yeah.
Wow.
But
in Japan.
But that's so I think I understand what he's doing. It just wouldn't be the way I would have done it. He could have announced the purchase and then don't put that shit on TV until you have something in play. I think if he's having conversations with Turner, you have the proof of concept that you know what you're doing because AEW has been as successful as it has been. So you can use that to negotiate what you're going to then do and where you're going to put Ring of Honor. You're going to get the same. I think he would have gotten to the same place if he went this way or that way. You know what I'm saying? He would have ended up at the same destination. So anyway, that's the business side. The creative shit, of course, Ring of Honor. Like, once they have a deal and they have basically a weekly show, whether it be an hour or 2 hours, I just hope like Tony is smart enough to put somebody creative in charge of that and not try to do everything himself, because at some point there's going to be burnout. You know what I'm saying? You're going to just kind of start repeating the same stories. It's going to be a cycle. But you just name all of these talented people. Like, for one, I like Lee Moriarty, like in ring. I'm not sure what the look is or what the character is yet, but I think
this guy is a Cisco tennis ball.
yeah,
It's insane.
it's Frank Ocean. He's Frank Ocean out here. But when the bell rings, I like what he does. So there's always room for somebody to figure their character out. You know what I'm saying? To a point. And then the Briscoes, I'm excited about seeing them on TV because they're legends, and you know they haven't been on AEW television, but they are signed to a lucrative long-term deal with ROH. So you know wherever ROH goes, they're gonna play a big part in that. So to be able to see something regular again, because I was big fans of when ROH had their TV before. Whatever the Briscoes are doing, I love the way that they put their matches together. I love the energy that they bring. So yeah, 23, get the deal done, put it wherever it's going to be, whether it be HBO streaming, whether it be on TV, whether it be YouTube, whatever the case is, and then just book some fucking stories that people want to watch. This shit ain't hard. You know what I'm saying? This ain't difficult.
It's important that ROH stands out on its own, yo. Like, it's very important that I feel like that TV deal, because it's like, to make sure they don't look like NWA TNA right now, they currently do. I think that they should do like an invasion. An ROH invasion would have been pretty fire to me. I ain't even gonna hold
way
you.
better than what the fuck is going on right now.
I would have been down for just 32 of the best ROH guys just coming through and whooping everybody in AEW's ass and being like, yeah, we're gonna wrestle better than you and we're taking over your TV until we get our own shit. I would have been like, now this is pretty innovative. I could get down with this. This makes me care, as opposed to ROH feud here, AEW feud here, ROH feud here, AEW feud here, ROH feud, AEW feud.
You know it's funny you say that? You know it's funny you say that? Like, real quick, I saw somebody say that that's pretty much how these shows are structured. Like, you could take all of the segments that are on Dynamite in whatever order they're presented to us and shuffle them up, and because there's no interaction, it wouldn't change anything. You can shuffle them up and put it in whatever order.
Doing my law tech, I can damn near watch any segment on Dynamite, and it's just like I could jump right back in. It's like I didn't miss anything. There's nothing in fluidity. Like, I could skip ahead, write about it, and then jump back, and it didn't even. It's like almost like you wouldn't even be like, oh, did this happen after or before? It didn't even matter. Oh, yeah, Ron, what you got, man?
Yeah, I'm gonna mimic some of the things AO said. You're talking to a guy who's been an avid ROH fan from like 2014. Loved it from the first time I watched it. I think they're gonna be fine. Creatively, I mean, it's not perfect. Obviously, you know, when they get back in the swing of things, I think it'll be fine. They'll just need some help on certain things. But overall, my thing is they need their own show now, man, because there's too much good talent on there for them to just be floating around on AEW TV. Too many belts. They just need to get their own platform now, because before they were just streaming on I think Fight TV, and I mean, that was cool, but you know, I was expecting Tony Khan to do something with them after they, I mean, I know that nothing was going to happen right away, but I thought they would have had like their own little, you know, their own little platform by now, because it's such a dope ass company with some really dope ass talent, man. But hopefully soon they get their own little spot somewhere, man, because I think they will survive, man. I bet on it.
I hear that.
What you got?
Well, no disrespect to anybody that takes medication, but Tony Khan books like he's off his fucking meds. So I have little to no faith in what's going on right now, and I'm just being honest. He's like the guy that gets the ball wide open. Everybody's on the fucking floor tying their shoes. And he throws it up and it goes over the fucking hoop into the third row in the stands, right? So we're talking about somebody who has the opportunity to make the... We're talking about a guy who has the opportunity to make the game-winning shot all the time. And I'm not going to say he sucks completely. I love the guy. I love what he does. I love what he stands for. I just also feel like somewhere in there, there's too much license, and when there's too much license, things just go the wrong way. We see it everywhere in every arena. He's got too much power. He needs to back the fuck up, keep the money on the table, let somebody else make some of these decisions, because chasing that Booker of the Year bullshit is just whatever. As far as ROH goes, I'm just going to be honest, despite all that shit, we've forgotten one major factor. Like, all they have to do is just be better than Impact. Like, there's not much that we're asking them for right now. They just got to be better than Impact, and they'll be able to contend. You know what I mean? So realistically, if they can be better than Impact, then they're going to make an impact, and life's going to be great. And no disrespect to Impact, I'm just being real. You know what I mean? I feel like if they're better than Impact, then they're going to hold their weight. There's only two sharks in this water. So if you want to have, a fucking dolphin swim by, cool, or whatever, something that's not really that threatening.
What an
but I,
analysis.
dog. I mean, let's just be real. I mean, I can only eat so much. So if I got steak on my plate and I got some fried chicken, I don't need no fucking TV dinner. I'm just being real. So I do believe that they have something coming. I just feel like in order for it to make sense, maybe Jeff Jarrett should be paying attention to what's going on the ROH side of things, do what he's got to do over there, help build that brand, and let Tony Khan stay over here on the AEW side of things. But I do feel like someone needs to help Tony take the wheel. And I don't know if it's somebody in our group that said it, but he should probably get a few more hours of sleep a night, help him out. I know I'm being funny, but I'm just being real. The guy could probably use a break. He works his ass off, and he's got a lot of pressure on him. And he probably needs a little bit more help than he's able to give up. Shit, I'm Blame Boogie, right? I don't let nobody do nothing that's got my name on it. So I can only understand what he feels with billions of dollars at stake and all kinds of shit. So I started off angry. I'm going to start off calm. Peace and love to Tony Khan.
He's here.
Facts. Word.
What do you feel about it, Chad? Overall, after all we said, you think it's the money shot? You think the HBO's getting shot in the arm and ROH is here to stay? What's the deal with that?
I think we're all going to get our best answers in Arlington, Texas, December 10th. Ring of Honor Final Battle. I think that's what we're going to get, our best answers. I can't speculate. We've got less than a month, almost a month exactly until Final Battle. So things are going to start turning around for the better on AEW programming in the next couple of shows. We only got 2 shows until full year, and then 3 shows until Final Battle. So I think we're going to start to see a lot more Ring of Honor presence being prepped up. We're seeing the Kingdom, the Embassy, War Joe, FTR, Jericho, Daniel Garcia, Claudio Bryan. It's making a lot of sense right now. So I think we're going to see a big splash of Ring of Honor in 2023. So
I got my. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Chet. Go ahead, Book.
No, it's off topic. So please go ahead.
I think before the show we were talking about Jericho holding that the ROH title. What do you think about that? Because I think somebody was saying take it off of him or something like that. I forgot.
I think I said that. Yeah, I said.
Okay.
I just don't like this gimmick of Jericho fighting everybody that's ever had a title in ROH to bring it to some kind of. I get that Jericho was your
dope, actually. I don't think
your white Bronco. It's dope if it was. There's something about Jericho right now that's off to me. I can't really put it into words right now.
Because it's typical Jericho forcing himself down our throats. Pause.
Maybe,
Whoa.
but yeah, please. AO's like, yo, hold
up, man. Pause.
But my exit survey is kind of on the same token as all this shit, so it's pretty on brand. It's a little off topic, but it's a similar thing. So I know none of us thought we'd be where we are right now, where we're looking at WWE like, holy shit, you guys got your shit together, and AEW like, what the fuck are you doing? So my exit survey is a real interesting one. Same kind of deal here. Do you believe that the tides or the tables are going to stay turned where they're at, or is AEW going to make a comeback and shock us all and start becoming more entertaining, or at least as entertaining as WWE again?
Yeah, nah, this AEW's they're fine. Like, there's going to be a little bit of a rough patch like we've seen, but here's how this plays out. Ring of Honor gets their show. Then we start to see these rosters split again, so there's more breathing room. The titles and then elevated to mean more because they're not 18 titles on one show. And then we'll start to see like, nah, we're good here. So creatively, I think they're good. And business-wise, as far as Turner, everything that I've read, here goes those dirt sheets again. Everything that I've read about how Turner executives and the company feels about what they're doing lines them up to get a raise when they do sign their next TV deal. So whatever they just made, they're going to make a lot more. Turner keeps them as a priority because they're going to a more like sports-based and sports-oriented channel. So that's why they signed the NHL in the first place. Live programming is all that's keeping cable television alive in the first place because you can fucking DVR or binge watch everything else on streaming. So you need shit that's spoiler proof. So you have to have like first run, which is what AEW television is. So yeah, they're fine. They're absolutely fine. Like there's
I guess I'm more
I'd
mean
have
from
to
like
see
the
a lot
fan.
more.
Yeah,
But
like from the fan
creatively,
standpoint.
I think they're fine too. Creatively,
Yeah,
I think they're fine too. Like the biggest problem that we've seen with AEW has really been the fact, at least complaint-wise, has been I want my AEW stories, and you're giving me the ROH stories, and I don't give a fuck about ROH. So once they split that, once ROH gets their own platform or their own weekly show, rather, I think we're fine. You know, I'd have to see a
Doug,
lot more for me to think
Put all the
otherwise.
titles back on the BCC again. Give the BCC to ROH. Don't have the BCC in AEW at all. Let them hold it down. Make it credible.
Like Brian Danielson. Like, don't book him
Word to
like the
God.
guy that has to put every. Like, I don't want to see him be the
I
door
think that's
to
on
get.
him. I think he wants that
I get
himself.
it, but he's also not the one booking. I'm gonna tell you, nah, nigga, you're gonna win this shit because I need you to be Brian Danielson. I'm paying you to be Brian Danielson.
That's a fact. Though.
Yeah, don't be on your Seth Rollins. Put everybody in the world over so that we all forget about you. Shit, we need you to win something, bro. We fuck with you still. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Fuck.
Word. I know we've spoken about this a few times, just about AEW's overloaded roster. I think if they can cut a few people, I think that'll be okay.
That's the dirt sheet I'm ready for.
Word to everything.
Just get
25. Quick. 20. Get 25 of them out of here. Quick.
Yeah, it's too many people in the company, man. Like, and we love all of them, but all of them are not being being displayed. You know what I'm saying? So I think if you cut some of the roster, unfortunately, and step it up in the creative, I think they'll be fine. You know what I'm saying? And let Tony Khan take a rest, man. Get him some help. Get him some good stories. You know what I'm saying? I think it'd be fine.
Some water. Fuck.
Yes.
You know what's the dirt sheet I want? I want the dirt sheet of who the hell is booking these shows next to Tony Khan. Someone would give. I need a list of who is beside
Jarrett now.
Who, like, if we got John Laurinaitis and Kevin Dunn and Gerwitz and Bruce Pritchard and all these people around Vince, who the hell is around Tony Khan? Is it just Jerry Lynn and Dean Malenko? Because, like, what the hell's happening here?
You want to know what I think? Because, I'm a terrible person. I think that Tony Khan is literally sitting in Jacksonville in a hotel room with a mound of something and an actual Jacksonville Jaguar chained to the table.
An AK on the table? You got the Mac on the dresser drawer?
Bullets everywhere. No, Tony, I love you, man. I'm just a fiction writer. It's fucking hysterical. And if you did do this in real life, you'd be the illest wrestling promoter in the world. But
Tony Khan petting a Jaguar while he's booking Wednesday's show is amazing.
Bug,
Dr. Evil, bro.
Well, you got to make a graphic of Scarface, but with Tony Khan.
100%.
Like the black, white, and red, but just Tony Khan instead of Al Pacino.
Yo, listen.
Oh, you want to play rough?
Say hello to my little.
You want to play rough? Okay.
Listen, and just like
say
that,
hello to a match with Sammy Guevara.
Tony Khan, the world is yours, bro. Do something with it. Let's go.
Yeah.
That's our cover. That's our episode cover right there.
Oh,
fuck, yo.
Oh man, just have a Jaguar run across the screen.
Yo, real spill though, we really do love AEW. AEW's the shit. I love all the talent there. I just want them to get booked better, and if not, Tony, please let them go so they can flourish somewhere else, because they could be making money anywhere right now and not just be chilling and catering.
Yo, listen. If we didn't love it, we wouldn't be trying to watch it every week. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
We know.
in my opinion, and this could be just me, regardless of how nutso the last couple of episodes, especially the last episode of Dynamite was, that's still the number one must. That's the only wrestling show I watched last week. I ain't watched Raw. I didn't even know we had new Raw Tag Team Women's Champions until
I
the
that
pay
on
per view.
late. I didn't
You know what I'm
know.
saying?
Yeah,
I ain't
caught
watched
that.
Raw. I ain't watched SmackDown. I ain't watched NXT. I think NXT sucks anyway. But I watched Dynamite
Got put the
because
dagger in NXT.
I can't do it. As nuts as that shit is, I still like the unpredictable nature that it sometimes has. You know what I'm saying? To where like, yo, this could go off the rails, and sometimes the worst shit is entertaining as hell because you want to see how far they're gonna push it. So
And Jeff Jarrett's
It'll be
return
alright.
debut was just like, all right, whatever. Like, yeah, it's cool.
Listen,
So
I wasn't mad with the debut. I was mad about the Sting swerve or whatever the hell that was.
That was terrible.
It was too much, man.
I see. If what I said in the chat is actually what they do, it's going to end up being kind of dope for Darby, right? 'Cause what I thought they were gonna, or what I think they're doing, is you're gonna have multiple people come out as Sting. It's gonna be this person, that person, from this angle, that angle. Darby's not gonna know when the real Sting returns. He'll turn around, he'll fucking strike first because I'm not gonna get attacked by Sting again, and that's gonna start the little beef between them and finally get Darby away from Sting, and we'll see what Darby does after that. The only problem with what they did last Wednesday was the fact that we didn't know who the fuck that was under the joint. So when he lifted the mask up in his crickets, that's not what you want. That's
You know
just
who?
not what you want.
You know who I thought it was? I thought it was Stick Stickly. I haven't seen him in a while. As soon as that shit came off, the fact
Bro.
that it wasn't Stick Stickly, that shit pissed
Let
me.
me tell you something, yo, Bug. You could tell me that was Stick Stickly,
Yo.
and I believe you.
What the
Because
fuck was that?
Everybody in the world, collectively all had the same like.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo,
Huh?
Who is that kid? But
Like,
no, yeah, yo, that's
I'm
a great
still
plot,
confused.
man.
I'm still confused.
Great
Listen,
plot.
Tony,
Yeah.
get,
like,
If that's what
Get-
they do, then it's dope. But if that was just
That's
just
just
like
you
Tony-
being creative. Yeah, that
yeah,
was
then that was whack.
That's a great fantasy booking.
Because Tony also has a track record of like the lights go out and the lights come back on, and it's like,
yo,
who the fuck is that guy?
the name of
Who
this
the
episode
fuck?
is Listen Tony. That's it.
Hey,
Just
man.
listen, Tony.
yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, man. All right,
Listen,
13 is in the
Ron's
books.
tired. I'm tired. Chad's tired. Ao's tired. We're all tired. We'll be back
It's the
next week,
ringside
ladies and
club, man.
gentlemen.
We're
It's
back.
the ringside club.
I got that
Ringside
quarterback
club, baby.
swag. That's all right. We here.
You know why I'm
Yeah.
tired though? I'm tired from carrying Chad up all these flights of stairs being a champion, yo. It's crazy, but it's good to be here, ladies and gentlemen.
Speaking of
Yo.
Mr. Blamesworthy,
Yo, here
Saturday,
we go.
November 19th, AEW Full Gear. You'll be defending your belt. And then I'll
That's it.
tell you what's going to happen on
Uh-oh.
Saturday, November 26th. It's Survivor Series. I'll be defending the belt.
Yikes.
Oh,
And then I'll
God.
tell you what's
Listen,
going to happen on December 10th. ROH Final Battle. I'll be defending
Listen.
the belt.
Survivor Series, I'm changing the belt strap to white.
Old
Full
school,
gear,
huh? Okay.
full gear. I'm flooding it with diamonds.
Okay.
I'm getting the Ric Flair Rolex. I'm gonna be wearing robes. This rain is not stopping anytime soon. Listen, my wife wants to have sex. I'm getting the fuck out of here. You guys have a good night.
Until next time, fellas. We gone.
Oh,
Peace.
oh, peace, lads.